Hey, welcome back for another update. I want to take a look today at Cake USDT. This is the weekly time frame on Binance. The reason I start with the weekly time frame as opposed to the 4-hour is because I think there is a strong probability that the bottom of this gigantic, essentially the bear market correction that started, when was it? It was May 21 that saw the price form an ABC. The bottom arrived in October 23 at $1.04, $1.05, give or take. The reason I'm getting confident that this was indeed the bottom for this ABC and that price should move to the upside moving forwards is twofold. One is the Elliott wave count. The Elliott wave count is rather clean as for the ABC correction, and also the volume that we had. We had also the RSI well into oversold for a long period of time. RSI, I don't necessarily put a lot of weight onto it. I like to keep an eye on it, but it takes a very small place into my decision-making process. I much more, not to say that RSI is not valuable. I think it is, but I am much more comfortable with price action, Elliott waves, and volume. And in that case, the volume that we saw right after the low was formed in October 23, look at this volume that arrived here during this leading diagonal information. Way more than we had during the bear market correction. So that's a good indication. But this is nothing new, but I thought it was important to reestablish the landscape to make sure that the price action and the Elliott wave count moving forward is also aligned to this idea. So this low formed 16th of October 23 constitutes the invalidation level that cannot be broken to the downside if we want to keep this intermediate impulse that started wave 1 to valid. If we break it to the downside, then we can scrap this idea. The reason why I started so far away is because we have another motive wave that is that started from the low made on the 3rd of February 25. And I'm gonna switch to the micro count for better clarity and move to the 4-hour time frame. Oh yeah, before I do that, estimated target for, I'm go back to the weekly, for this intermediate wave. So we have wave 1 completed as a leading diagonal, then we have an ABC. Wave 3 has a minimum expected target of 792. So let's call it $8. Yeah, give or take. Usually let's keep it like that. Yeah, $8 minimum expected target. Can be lower, can be higher, but more often than not, the 1618 for wave 3 is the target you would be looking at, provided that, once again, we do not break this invalidation level. Okay, let's go back to the 4-hour. I will remove the macro count and enable the micro one. So from the low we had back in February 25, we had price depict a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside as a leading diagonal. What followed after that is a classic ABC, which found a bottom apparently on the 11th of March at, what is it, 138, give or take. Now this ABC was not the easiest one, especially if you were counting wave like I was, and I made a video back then we had a sudden influx of volume for 2 candles, which at the time made me question the possibility of going much lower for the C leg. And I think I highlighted in a video that given the enthusiasm that existed around the BNB chain back then, there was a strong possibility that the C leg will be shallow. Okay, so no such thing happened. Price kept on going down. And if you had back then drawn out Fibonacci extension, taking the start of wave A of this correction and the top of wave B, you would correctly highlight the fact that there is a high probability that price would land in this area for the end of wave C of this ABC correction. You have the 1618 at $1.32, and you had also, if you had taken this wave 1 and make a retracement, you would look for the 70.2% all the way down to 85.4, and it would give you confluence into this area. Yeah. Once again, these are not guaranteed 100% to be reached and hit. However, they are of good indication as to where the price may or probably go. In that case, it appears that the correction is over for this leg. Now, the following counts for cake is not that obvious. We know that we are into a 1-2 of a much larger degree. Yeah, that started a year and a half ago. And now we are again into a 1-2. Yeah, so a 1-2-1-2 is usually extremely bullish and should see price push to the upside. Now, there is no guarantee that this is going to be a sudden spike to the upside. For those that are skeptical, they can look at the XRP charts back in between August 24 and what was it? November. I think the bull run started November. So August to November, you had a series of nested 1-2-1-2. However, the price was like doing nothing. Yeah, it was evolving into a tight range. And I remember many people were seriously questioning the validity of this 1-2-1-2. Here we have the same situation. Yeah. We have a 1-2 much larger degree and a 1-2 nested. So now we look for price to make 5 waves to the upside. If I take a fib extension and I want to estimate where wave 3 of this 1-2-1-2, of this sub-minuet 1-2 would land, and I look for the 1618, where does that take us? So 1618, it takes us exactly at the, I already had it drawn. The 1618 takes us at $5.10, yeah, give or take. So wave 3 could potentially aim at $5 for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upsides. Okay, but of course we need to look at how price is evolving. You clearly want to see clear 5 waves to the upside, whether it will be going into sub waves, meaning extensions. We don't know that yet, but it's always possible, especially wave 3 tend to extend, or wave 5. But they never extend all. Wave 1, wave 3, and wave 5 never extend all the way at the same time. So it's either one or the other, but not 3 at the same time. One thing, however, that is of interest, of concern, should I say, for the validity of this scenario is the absence of volume. Yeah, once again, you can notice that the volume is very almost non-existent compared to the volume we had at the start of this 1-2-1-2. So now that we have supposedly found the bottom, we want to see price keep printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we also want to see volume getting in there. Now for the RSI on the 4-hour, we reached over both conditions, so it would not be surprising to have a pullback. I think one is playing out at the moment. Let me actually add also the 70.2% retracement between the top of wave 1 and this supposed low of wave 2, and it sits at 280. So that could be an area of interest if you already took position down there. I would look for this area to be proven tricky to pass. Yeah. Otherwise, bigger picture, price is evolving in the channel. So going back to the daily, the channel that started, that is quite clear since March 21. You can see that the levels are being respected, the 50%, 25%, and then the 75% of the channel back to the 50%, and then all the way down to form the low of the channel, and then up to the 50%, and so on and so forth. So if you look at the 1618 of the wave 3 sub-minuet that I was talking about, the 1618 is quite close to the top of the channel. So, you know, price tend to respect levels when they are approached. So it would not be, it's not too far-fetched to think that this area here might attract price to the upside, especially making a new high compare to this one over here. However, I doubt that we will break through immediately. We'll have to see a pullback probably for wave 4, but that's too far away in the future to make any assumptions about that. What else could I notice? Yeah, when price started to do this on the macro picture, this new motive wave impulse to the upside, we had a strong increase of volume. You have it here. And you can see the same has happened when we made a new of lower degree motive wave to the upside. So these are two indications that it's strongly possible, or should I say strongly probable, that this 1, 2 and a 1-2 is actually valid. Yeah, because there is a lot of appetite volume-wise at those turn-off events and those creation of those waves. What else I was also looking at earlier? I think that's it. Very interesting, very bullish setup, despite the fact that price went very close to the invalidation level. As always, the closer it gets, the less risk you have in taking a position. Not financial advice, but just common sense. Yeah. I think that's it for the video. Yeah. So it's quite a good setup. We need to watch for the invalidation level. Otherwise, yeah, future is bright for cake. I might make a video on BNB as well, because it has exhibited also some strength into creating impulse wave since the low that was formed. I think it was just above $500. So these two goes hand in hand. Yeah, keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on this one. It's a setup I like. Okay. Hope you like the video. Enjoy the Sunday, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.